Hello students, today we're going to use some metal to create a really cool sugar skull for our Papél Picado. The first thing you need to do is use your square of paper to create a big skull shape. You want to make a huge circle on the top of your paper. You want to make a square on the bottom. So notice I made sketchy light lines so that I could make sure I had a nice shape before I go in and darken where I want it to be. My skull should take up as much paper as possible. All right. Once you have a skull shape you like, and it's fine if you have to try many times to do a lot of erasing, you can start to add the details. The main detail of a sugar skull is 2 large eye sockets. These are the places where your eyeballs sit normally, and so they're very round. But to give your skull some personality, you can change the shape of them a little bit. I'm going to make my skull look a little bit worried, so slanting down on the top. But if you want your skull to look a little bit angry or sneaky, you can make them slant towards the middle. The mouth is at the bottom. This bottom part is a jaw area, the part that flaps open and closed when we speak. It is not a neck. So I did a line and I did some bumps on top and bumps on bottom. The nasal cavity can look like an upside down heart. So those are the main parts, the 3 main parts of a sugar skull. And now is time to add your creativity. They often add decorations and patterns to the forehead, to the cheekbones, and to the chin. You will see swirls and scallop shapes. You will see flowers, hearts, wavy lines, zigzag lines. You design your own skull. There will probably be some examples around the internet or the room where you're working. So once you have your design, it's time to transfer it to the beautiful piece of metal foil. I'm going to put my paper design on top, and I'm going to put foam underneath. Then, before I begin, I need to make sure my paper will not slide around, and I make sure my foil will not slide around. So I will get some tape. I will attach the paper to the foil and the foil to the foam. Now I'm going to go over the outside lines first with my pencil. Just pushing lightly, making sure a very blunt pencil pushes and makes an indent in the foil. You should lift every once in a while to see how it's working out. You can see that any place you lightly press, there will be a nice indentation. If you press too hard, it could make a hole, but experiment with how hard you want to press and how light you want to press. Chances are you can press a little bit harder than you might think. So once I go over all the designs in my art, I can go ahead and lift off the paper and carefully cut my foil shape out. I'm going to use the straightness of my scissors to chomp down a straight line. And I'm going to cut off any foil that's in my way. And then I'm going to carefully curve around the skull with some smaller nibbles of the scissors. All right. Then you can find any adhesive. I will have adhesive dots today to stick it onto my Papél Picado. Awesome.